Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Now, we got something different right now. We're not reacting to sports, we're reacting to something different. But this right here is called TikTokers Freak Out After Losing Everything to the Rapture. Okay, hold on. Alright, we back. But look, y'all, look. Look, where do I begin on this? So I have no idea what this is or who we're about to see. But there is one thing what I could say. Me, I study the Bible a lot, or not a lot, but I study it sometimes, or not sometimes, but I'm pretty much familiar when it comes down to the rapture and the 7 year tribulation. I'm aware of it. I'm aware of all of that. Now, as for the rapture, if y'all don't know, it's like that's something that God pretty much promised. God and Jesus promised that will happen. You can read more about it in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16 through 17. You could also look at it, I think, in 1st or 2nd Corinthians, which was Paul. I forgot the chapter of it, but that's something that Paul made. Yeah, it will happen. It's gonna happen. It will, like, I promise y'all, it will happen, okay? Of course, we don't know when it's gonna happen, but we just know it's gonna happen sometimes. Because, it's gonna happen when least expected. But, let's get to the video. And by the way, I will say this will be a short video. If you guys want to check out the original video of this one, obviously it's going to be down in the description below. Yeah, this video will be short. Okay? Here we go.
Went viral after a mom announced she'd given away all 6 of her children because of the rapture.
So I have to come on here and say that I willingly gave up custody of my 6 kids to CPS because of the rapture. Before you guys come for me in the comments, you have to think about this logically. When the rapture comes and I get lifted up, who's gonna take care of my children? CPS.
And while the majority
Alright, so hold on, look. Before I do continue, look. I've read about that girl. That girl is by far just a terrible, terrible mother. She's a terrible person. She has a terrible, she's a terrible mother. She's a terrible person. She's a terrible wife, pretty much. From what I've heard off of her, is she's living off her children's, she's living off her kids', child support money. She's traveling across the world probably without her kids. She's living in, she's going in fancy restaurants with that child support money. From what I've heard, she divorced her husband because she, quote unquote, what was it? I think it was something like she doesn't want to cook for him, so didn't want to do his laundry, that was selfish as shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that is so selfish. But look, that girl, that lady, she is not getting raptured. I'm letting y'all know. She's not saved. She's really not saved. She's not getting raptured. Her kids are definitely getting raptured because her kids are too young. They don't understand they don't understand the typical things, they don't know biblically. See, now I can't even speak. Biblically, they don't know what's going on. So yeah, the kids, I do believe kids are getting raptured. All the kids are getting raptured. I do believe that. As for adults and elders, we got to get right. Real talk, we got to get right.
thought she was delusional, we have to think about it logically. This is a joke, right? Many were on her side, doing the unthinkable.
We're going to give away houses. We're going to give away cars. We're giving away different things. We're just giving everything away because we won't be here. We're leaving this earth.
Guys, I'm saying goodbye to my car. I've had for 5 years. But she's gonna go. I won't need her beyond September because I'm going home.
Was wondering if we could meet up and you could take care of my dog Abigail while I meet our Heavenly Father.
So they give me this bundle. So it's like a bundle full of cash. So there's dollars, there's hundreds, there's 20s, there's 5s. So I have yet to count it up. So I'm going to count it up and come back. Hold on.
Panic erupted as the latest apocalyptic prophecy spread like wildfire across TikTok.
These people genuinely believe that this is happening today. They think Jesus is coming today.
And even bolder, unhinged decisions followed.
I am so honored to be your mommy. You have been such a gift, and I will see you in heaven.
Did these two end up in this very compromising position?
Okay, that was strange, but
Such a gift, and I will see you in heaven.
All to only wake up the next morning to a world unchanged.
Alrighty, folks. The rapture didn't happen.
But they didn't get things wrong. Believers say it was all just a mix-up and it's still coming.
Y'all, great news. The rapture, back on.
September 23rd or 24th was rumored amongst some groups to be the day many have been waiting for, the rapture. The prediction came from a South African pastor who claimed in a vision that Jesus revealed the date, and from there it spread onto TikTok, where users shared warnings and last-minute tips on how to prepare for what they believed would be the end.
Rapture trip tip number 3. Other possible options to leave messages behind. Save a note as a screensaver on your phone. Carry a folded piece of paper, a note in your pocket. Pre-write letters and keep them in your purse or backpack. People are going to check the 3 Ps immediately after you're gone. They're going to go through your pockets, your purse, and your phone immediately. While they're taking your money, you might as well leave them a useful note, like a gospel message or don't take the mark of the beast.
Others even reportedly took the opportunity to purge items from their homes.
If you're looking for some furniture, boy, do I have some good news for you, because Facebook Marketplace is hopping with Rapture sale. People are listing their furniture, their jewelry, their worldly possessions for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and you can buy them. You can also donate your cash to people. While I am sad so many people are leaving us to go to the Rapture, if you're like me and you're staying here on Earth, well then log on to Facebook Marketplace, because it's the perfect time to redecorate.
It's Rapture Day, and I am so excited. Look at all these goodies our neighbors are throwing out. You'll never guess, we found a 1969 Sputnik floor lamp that's worth just over $2,000. She needs a little bit of work, but look at her.
Amidst the many videos on all things Rapture on TikTok, one case in particular has been circulating with claims that a woman actually gave her kids away to Child Protective Services in preparation for the Rapture.
So a woman on here gave up her 6 kids to CPS because of the Rapture.
Did you guys hear about that mom that gave her kids away to CPS because she thought that the rapture was going to happen?
Well, I don't know if
yo, this is crazy. Like this is actually disgusting. I can't believe what I'm listening to, y'all. Like, now I will say this, that right there was a trend that happened last year where people thought that the rapture was gonna happen. But let me point something out to you. In the book of Matthew, chapter 24, hold on. Y'all see that? The Holy Bible, the NLT. Now, I'm going to keep it real. I'm not really a huge fan of the NLT. I usually roll with the ESV off my phone, but it's whatever. Look, let me, here it is. Ready? Look. Yikes, where is it? There it is. Y'all probably can't see that, but it's the book of Matthew, chapter 24. This is what it says. Ready? This is what it says. Verse 36. Ready? Here it goes. However, no one knows the day or the hour when these things will happen. Not even the angels in heaven or the Son himself knows when this will happen. Only God knows. Now that right there, that trend last year, or that false message that the pastor did, that right there was obviously a huge deceive. Or not a deceive, but it was the false message that I have ever heard. So, we obviously today don't know when the rapture will happen. Now, I'm going to say it again. Do I think I'm going to get raptured? I honestly don't even know, because look, this right here, right? Look, you see this, right? You see my skin coming up, right? This right here, I could say, yes, I could say that I'm a good person, right? But that's only by skin, your flesh. What about your heart? Because that's what really matters. You could say, I believe God all you like, but you don't have a good relationship with him. You don't even have a good relationship with Christ. All you know is the basic what he did. He died on the cross for your sins. He walked on water. That was it. That's pretty much all you could say you know. You got to have a great relationship with Jesus and God. Because Jesus says, no one comes through the Father except through me. Y'all don't believe me? Y'all don't believe me. Look. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Right here. Right there in the book of John, chapter 14. This is what he says in verse 6. I am the way, or scratch that. If you go to a verse behind, Thomas said, we don't know which way you're going. How can we tell the way? Like, how do we know the way you're going? Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. If you had really known me, you would know who my Father is. So, yes, you need to have a great relationship with Christ if you're going to get to heaven, or if you're going to get raptured. All right? So, this right here, yes, it has all the answers. People don't look, I'm not trying to push everybody's belief or anything like that, but this right here, like I'm telling y'all, this right here, this has all the answers we need. That trend last year of the rapture happening, obviously that was the biggest false. That even Christians obviously knew that was not true. Christians knew that right there was the biggest lie ever told, because you just heard me say it. Nobody knows when it's going to happen. Not even Jesus knows when it will happen. And yes, before all of you say that proves he's not God, no, that is completely false. Because yes, or hold on, let me try to recreate myself. When Jesus was getting arrested, right? Jesus said, yes, I am the Son of God. He will sit at the right hand of the throne with God. And that's the same level too. That's the same level, meaning Jesus is God. Like, is that not? Like, look, you guys can say what y'all want to say. Look, you guys can say what y'all want to say. Like, I'm not going to push y'all or nothing like that, but look.
Any of you saw this video of the woman giving her kid to CPS because she thinks the rapture is going to happen. But that is actually my neighbor. And now she realizes the rapture isn't going to happen. She's freaking out, trying to get her kid back.
And after some digging, the original video was found.
So I have to come on here and say that I willingly gave up custody of my 6 kids to CPS because of the rapture. Before you guys come for me in the comments, you have to think about this logically. When the rapture comes and I get lifted up, who's gonna take care of my children? CPS. I'm honestly just preparing. I want to be a responsible parent, and that's why I did what I did. My kids are signed over. Paperwork is done. I gave them a hug, I gave them a kiss, and I told them that I will miss them. Now, if the rapture does not happen, I'm not going to fight for custody of them. This was in God's plan. God put this in my mind to give up my children, and I just, went with what God was telling me. Sorry, but when Jesus pulls up...
God put that in your mind. Girl, that is the biggest... that is the biggest lie That is the biggest lie I have ever heard. God did not put that in you. You made that decision. You made that decision, not God. God didn't tell you to do that. You made that decision yourself. Look, Christians always say whenever you wake up, God has a plan for you. He always got plans for you. Of course he did. Of course, that's true. I do believe that. But for this girl to say that God put that in her mind, Jesus did that, Jesus put that in her head, that girl, stop it. That's your own decision.
I didn't want to be caught left behind because I'm cutting grapes for my father.
We should care about the end times because a bad day is coming for the residents of planet Earth. It will all start with the rapture. Immediately after the rapture,
when Jesus pulls...
all right, look. Yeah. I think I've heard enough. I think I've heard enough. I really think I did hear enough. But look. Yeah, wow. Yeah. I heard enough. This right here was just straight blasphemy. that trend that happened last year about the rapture, that was the biggest. I wouldn't say that was blasphemy, but that was the biggest false message I have ever heard. But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We're still in the end times. We're just waiting for one thing, and one thing that needs to be done. And it will happen in Jerusalem. If y'all know what I'm talking about, yeah, y'all know exactly what I'm trying to say. The temple, yeah, I'm talking about the temple. The temple will be rebuilt, and believe it or not, you could actually look it up yourselves. The temple, like there are like preparations that the temple like will be rebuilt. Obviously, they haven't got the go ahead, but yes. But look, y'all, look that. Again, this is all I have. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, this is not going to be a long video. This will be a short video. Even though this is already like past already what I've done, what I usually do, but or this is the right video amount that I always do. But look, that's all I have. Look, excuse me, I just had a salad. But look, in my next video, probably look next video I'm gonna check out what's gonna happen with next video. I will look at Chris Paul, like why the league hates Chris Paul. Yeah. But look, y'all, on that note, I will finish. That's going to be the end of this video. And until then, I shall see you guys. When I see you guys, peace and love. And always stay true to the true gospel. And always remember, we don't know when the day will happen. It will happen least expected, and it will be just like a burglary. No one's going to expect it. You can read more about that in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, where I just read. Nobody knows when it will happen. But look, that's it for today's video. Yeah. See ya. You know? And always stay prayed up. And always have a great relationship with Christ. Peace and love, you guys.